Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you'd like to know more about my knitwear designs, please check in the description below. There you will find a link to my Ravelry page where you can see all the patterns I have available for you to get and knit up for yourself. Also in the description below, you'll find a couple of social media links. First one will be to the Watch Barbara Knit's Facebook group. We'd love to have you come over and join us so we can continue the conversations that we start here on the YouTube channel. Also, you will find a link to my Patreon page. Patreon is a way for creators to connect with their viewers, and if you enjoy what I do, maybe contribute a little bit to help me to continue to create these videos. Today, I have a brand new kind of video for you. It's sort of a play on one that I've done. This is Fave 5, but I'm going to call it Fave 5 featuring because in the Watch Barbara Knit Facebook group, we talked about this for a while and someone had made the suggestion that maybe I could feature my favorite 5 patterns by like a specific designer. And I'm like, that is a really cool idea because there's so many amazing independent designers out there that you may or may not have seen because there's a whole lot of stuff out there and it's easy to miss things. And I wanted to focus on specific designers and show them. Now, making me pick my favorites is kind of tough, and also showing just the a still photo like I do in Fave 5. I didn't know if that was going to work, so I'm trying something again a little different, and what I've done is I'm doing a screen grab where I'm recording what I'm doing on my computer, and so y'all can see it. And my first designer that I'm going to do this, I fell in love with her work at TNNA. Her name is Yumiko Alexander and she owns the yarn company DanDoh. So she obviously designs in her own yarn. Her yarns are silks and linens and cottons, which as a person knitting in a very hot climate is right up my alley. And the things she designs, whenever anybody asks, what do you knit in the summer? I believe she lives in Arizona, so it's hot there. This is the answer. Her designs are what you knit when it is hot and knit to wear when you're hot. So I try my best to come back to the camera, but since I am looking at my computer screen and showing you things in the upcoming part, you will be seeing me look at my screen. It's not that I'm not paying attention to you, it's just that there are pretty things on my screen that are distracting. So let's try this out. Here we are on DanDoh is the name of her yarn company, and I guess her design company, and her name is Yumiko. This is her Ravelry pattern page, and it is just really one of the easiest ways to look at the image, the patterns very quickly. So we're going to run through those. Okay, let's close that. We're going to run through these. I'm just going to scroll through and I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it slow because I know that I've done it in the past and it's gone a little too fast. So you can see this is arranged by recently published. If you wanted to, you could search these designs, but we're just going to look at hers. And then I'm going to show you the 5 you can see up here that I've already selected out to show you in more detail. But as you can see, she has a very elegant and open and airy aesthetic. They're just gorgeous. She does beautiful lace and really interesting cables. There's some gorgeous, I think that in my TNNA video, we actually saw this piece. And so we're just scrolling down. And as I mentioned, she is a knit and crochet designer, which, you know, is not something you see all the time. And I'm impressed with anyone who can do both. So even, I know I have quite a few viewers who aren't knitters, but are crocheters. So definitely come look at her stuff. It is absolutely stunning. This piece just looks like a lot of fun. And she has a beautiful color aesthetic. And here I'm just slowly scrolling through. I mean, she's got over 200 designs, so we can't look at all of them. But then I don't know if y'all have noticed this on Ravelry down here. are actually like her books. Sometimes there are ebooks down here, but they're like her actual books. There'll be hard copy or maybe e-copies, but she's got quite a few to her name. Let's go to the next page. Here, 202 designs. So there's like 5 pages. Look, so isn't that cute with the little knot thing? So this is stuff you can see here from Rustic Modern Knits. So that's one of the books. I'm going to focus on ones that are available that you can buy right now as a download. And then that is cool. And look, Mosaic. You know I love Mosaic. Beautiful long arm warmers. That looks like super cool. Just so much pretty stuff. Crochet. Look at this crochet piece. And again, this is 18 crochet designs. That one is just gorgeous. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. So you can come in and you can go to either her website or this is Ravelry and look at more. Oh, wait a minute. I have to look at that. Oh, that is cool. Look how beautiful this is. I like that it's got that. I thought I had picked out the 5 I was going to show y'all, but there's just so many pretty pieces. And they're just, you can definitely tell the ones that she did independently. Well, one, because she uses herself as a model, but she has a very distinct aesthetic, and the way that she does her photography is very specific, and so you can really tell what's hers and then what's from a book that was done or a third party, so there's another publisher. So I think it's really interesting to see how the designer, like what their vision for their pieces. I think it's fun. It's fun to see what other people do when they photograph your pieces, but I like seeing like what that designer likes. So we're getting into some older pieces, and it's fun. That's one of the things I really like about looking through Ravelry like this, is you can actually see the designer's evolution and how, like, you go backwards and you see the older pieces and you can see how their designs have changed. And, you know, that's totally normal because, you know, as anything, I would hope that you would improve and learn and refine what you do. And, you know, design trends change, what people want change. So it's not unusual to see a shift, but there's still, oh, I like that bag. The texture in it is just crazy. Again, so there's way more. You've got a lot of crochet in here, beautiful stuff. Another bag. So she started off obviously with a lot of bags, and I'm pretty sure there are only 2 on this last page. So yeah, so she obviously likes textures, and if you've seen her yarn, you would know the linen has some really interesting texture to it. So the 5 that I wanted to focus on, here is the first one, and this one I fell in love with at TNNA. It is this really loose, beautiful tee, and what struck me about this was the restraint that she used in the design. It just has these 2 perfectly placed cables that interact, and how they interact with the yarn overs. It's got that angle. I just think it's incredibly elegant and beautiful. And actually, in the notes, she says that she gives instructions on how to do different lengths. So you can see this one is shorter and this one is more of a tunic length, which you can make a choice. That's one of the great things about knitting for yourself, is you can change things like that. And here we can see this is in her Silk Plus, which is a beautiful yarn. And the sizes, here we go. So we've got, these are chest sizes, and you have a choice of a 20, a 23, or a 26 inch. So that is really cool. So that is Meander, and that's in the Sport Wake Silk. Look, it's knit on a 6, and here is the yardage. So it doesn't actually take that much. That's one of the great things about tees. Now the next one, this is one of the reasons why I decided to do this video. Do it different than just the still images, because you can't really, there's a couple of these you can't really see the construction on if I just show you one picture. So if you see in the back, look how this does. It's so cool. And you've got this beautiful open neck, the big thick neck, and then it's echoed down here at the bottom, but in the front, it's this asymmetry. And I think that's probably being brought about by this increase line that you see right here. I'm not real sure. I'd have to look at the pattern, but it's got this beautiful detail at the bottom. Here's another one where you can see it's like a cape, but the asymmetry of it is so very, very cool. And I'm going to leave this one here so you can really see it. And I love her styling. This belt. I could not pull off a belt like that, but I think because everything else is so spare, that this just really is a great accessory piece. The buttons, let's see if there's a close-up on the buttons. There, look at these cool square buttons. And I think the square buttons balance off against the roundness of the lace really nicely. So, oh, there's another one. You can really see it from the side. See how it goes? So that one I chose because I just love the shape of it and the way that this neckline works. So that goes around. It's so cool. The next one, here we go. This is called Mirror. And this is another, she calls it a sweater, sleeveless top. It's a pullover. It's almost a poncho. And again, this comes in multiple sizes. They're not fitted, so the sizes are kind of loosey-goosey. But look, this is the back. And so you've got the lace with the V, and this is the front. And then it's got these long sides. I just think it's beautiful. This lace looks very straightforward, so it wouldn't be that terribly challenging to knit. But she seems to be a master of doing amazing things with rectangles. So this says, this poncho-like pullover is made by knitting 2 rectangles, one for the right front, back, and the other for the left front and back. And then they're seamed together along the long edge, and then leaving it open for the neck, and that's why you get a V-neck on both sides. So this one just looks like it's really, really simple construction, and it is just beautiful, and it's in cotton. So it's lightweight. You can wear it in the summer. It looks like something you could just throw on. It's just beautiful. And I'm guessing she called it Mirror because it's got the mirror sides. It's just beautiful. I love this one. And then this is the other one that I was like, I have to do screen capture on this one because the construction, you just can't show it in one. This is, I wouldn't actually pretend to pronounce that. Shaina? I don't know. And this is made with 4, what I said about 4, this is made with 4 rectangular pieces, 2 for the front and 2 for the back. I'm not real sure how they go together. She says she uses 3 lace patterns and they're relatively straightforward, but here, let me push the plus button and bring this over. So you've got this, and then this detail, and then this wavy detail, and it's got the center clasp. And look how open it is. Again, it's big rectangles, so these aren't fitted. They're going to be really easy, loosey-goosey as far as, I mean, obviously a lot of ease. It's just gorgeous. All of this lace. I love lace. I love V-necks. I'm just, I'm happy as a clam for this. And it's just, I think that, you know what? I can't even begin to guess what she's doing here rectangle wise. I really want to see how she put this together, but it's definitely a cardie. It's open in the front and closed in the back. So it's just so beautiful. It makes me so happy. Let's go in. So look, oh, just so there's obviously a seam here. So there's shoulder seams. So maybe this is one rectangle. She said 2 in the front and 2 in the back. So maybe oh, I think I was making it more complicated than I think. So you've got, this is one rectangle, this is the other rectangle, and then in the back, you've got this rectangle and this rectangle. So you've got a seam down the center and the shoulder seams. And I'm guessing we probably seam on the side to make it like a full garment. But I guess if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to seam those sides and it'd just be a poncho. But it's just beautiful. I could totally see myself wearing that like all the time. And then the 5th one was the Oasis pattern. This is a straight up poncho, and you need to go back and look at the rest of her patterns. She does ponchos just absolutely beautifully. And it's just, this one says it's just knitting one piece of fabric, grafting one edge and seaming the other. So you're good to go. And look at the detail. Love this stitch. I used this stitch in wrong lever. I think it's the cross stitch. So I have a video that shows you how to do that, but it makes such an interesting thing. And in this particular, let's see, what yarn is this? This is the linen. In her, this highly textured, this beautiful yarn, it looks super cool. But here it is. Oh, it got a little too big. So you've got the ribbing and this beautiful kind of cabley lace detail and all this stockinette. So this has got to be super easy to knit. Here it is. And again, obviously reversible. This is shown the other side, and it's just gorgeous. So the seams are going to be, you're going to somehow seam it here and then the seam right here under the arm to make the armhole. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. And there, this is what it looks like flat. So somehow you're going to sew something to something, and I'm not real sure how it works, but it's super cool. Some sort of magic, but it's beautiful. And so both samples using cotton fine and linen are knitted from the same pattern with the same needle size. So that's cool. The linen yarn was knitted with a single strand, and the cotton fine was knitted with double strands held together. Oh, okay. So this one, because you got these two different colors, I'm guessing this is the cotton fine because it's two different strands and it's sort of that tape yarn. So it's got a beautiful texture to it. And here we go. We've got extra small, small, small through large, and then extra large. So again, these things don't really fit. You knit a big rectangle, you do some kind of fancy magic, and poof, you got something awesome to wear. So that was my look. Here we'll go back to page 1. Obviously, what I picked out might not necessarily be what you picked out. So make sure you check in the description below to links and check out all of these beautiful things. I hope you enjoyed that new take and love her patterns as much as I do. I could have shown you so many more, but I narrowed it down to those 5. I'd love to hear what your favorites were in the comments below, and let me know if you like this new version of Fave 5. Other Fave 5s will still be coming. This isn't going to completely eliminate Fave 5s. It's not replacing it, but it's a new and I thought kind of fun thing to do. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, click that like button, and if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.